It's a sound every parent knows by heart. You offer a snack, a sweater, or a turn on the swing, and the response is immediate. No. In that moment, it can feel like a personal battle or a tiny act of rebellion. You might find yourself wondering if you're doing something wrong, or if your child is simply being difficult. It's easy to feel frustrated when your helpful suggestions are met with such firm resistance. But before we react, let's take a deep breath together. What if that no isn't actually an act of defiance? What if it is actually a profound milestone of human development? When we change how we view this word, the tension in the room begins to soften. Developmental psychologist Erik Erikson identified this stage as a critical period for identity. Between 18 months and 3 years, children are learning the power of their own will. This isn't a behavior problem, it's a psychological breakthrough. Research shows that no often emerges around 18 to 24 months. It is one of the very first ways a human being expresses the universal motive for self-determination. They are discovering that they are a separate person from you. To understand why this looks so messy, we have to look at the brain. The emotional center of the brain matures very quickly in these early years. However, the prefrontal cortex, the part that handles impulse control, is still very much under construction. This creates a massive gap between a toddler's big, powerful emotions and their ability to regulate them. They feel a strong urge to assert themselves, but they don't yet have the tools to do it gracefully. They are navigating a storm with a very small compass. According to Erikson's theory, successfully navigating this stage helps a child develop the virtue of will. This is the foundation of confidence. By testing boundaries, they are actually testing the strength of their own emerging identity. A study by Theodore Dix found that both compliance and defiance can be positive markers. Pushing back against control isn't always a sign of trouble. Often, it is a sign of a healthy, emerging sense of self. So if no is healthy, how should we respond? The goal isn't to crush their will, but to guide it. We want to provide a safe container where they can explore their autonomy without losing their connection to us. Research involving mothers and toddlers suggests that less coercive parenting actually leads to better long-term outcomes. When we use power-assertive control, we might get immediate compliance, but we may miss the chance to build true cooperation. One of the most effective tools is offering limited choices. Instead of saying, "Put your shoes on," try, "Do you want the red shoes or the blue shoes?" This honors their need for agency while still reaching your goal. When the no comes with big tears, try validating the feeling before correcting the behavior. You might say, "I see you're really frustrated that we have to leave the park." This helps bridge that neurological gap between emotion and logic. It's also helpful to remember that early interactions matter. Studies show that high-quality, responsive interactions at 14 months can actually predict less challenging behavior later on. Your connection is their greatest regulator. Autonomy doesn't mean a lack of rules. In fact, clear, predictable boundaries actually make children feel safer to explore. They need to know where the fence is so they can confidently decide how to play within it. When they say no, and you feel your own frustration rising, use it as a moment to model regulation. Taking a slow breath in front of them teaches them more than any lecture ever could. You are showing them how to handle big feelings. We are playing the long game here. We aren't just trying to get through this afternoon without a meltdown. We are raising an adult who is capable, confident, and able to make their own decisions. Next time you hear that firm no, try to pause. See it not as a wall between you, but as a door opening to their developing mind. It is a sign that they are growing, learning, and becoming who they are meant to be. Every time you respect their small preferences, you build a reservoir of trust. You are teaching them that their voice has value. This trust becomes the foundation for much deeper communication as they grow older. And please be kind to yourself in the process. Parenting a toddler is exhausting, and it's okay to feel tested. You don't have to be perfect, you just have to be present. This phase is temporary, but the skills they are building are permanent. The defiance you see today is the independence they will need tomorrow. You are doing much better than you think you are. So remember, no is a sign of growth, a neurological milestone, and an expression of a healthy developing will. It is a beautiful, if loud, part of becoming human. Here's something most parents don't realize. While the toddler brain is busy asserting itself, it is also incredibly plastic. This means your calm, responsive way of handling these no moments is actually physically shaping their brain's ability to regulate emotions for life. Today, when you hear that no, try one thing. Offer a choice between two acceptable options. Give them a small win for their autonomy and give yourself a moment of grace. You've got this.